Hey everybody, we're back with Fallout 76 doing another legendary weapon test. You're probably wondering, why are you in power armor? Aren't you a berserker build? And yes, on my main character, I would be a berserker build. I am a berserker build. However, this is one of my secondary characters. This is my power armor melee build. Yes, I know you can get more damage, a lot more damage out of a non-power armor melee build with like, unyielding, increasing your strength to like 30 plus, and and I know all about that. Yes, I know all the meta builds, right? But meta is boring. So I do non-meta builds. So yes, we are testing this war drum, this instigating war drum. It has pretty good stats. Instigating with 40% more attack damage while power attacking, and you get 40% less damage while power attacking. It is a pretty good war drum. Now, most players probably regard the war drum as a bad weapon because of one thing. It actually makes, well, it's not doing it here, but it actually makes noise when you swing it, much like a super sledge. However, if you're like me and know how to do that and know how to use that to your advantage, it's actually a pretty good weapon. Now, usually I test weapons on the gulpers first. However, because this is a different build, this is my Death Knight build. I did call it Death Knight because this skin for power armor really makes me think of World of Warcraft Death Knights. So yeah, we're gonna go smack that glowing Behemoth over there. How a Behemoth can be glowing when super mutants are supposed to be immune to disease, I don't know. And immune to radiation, I don't know. So, of course. Ran out of... What was that? Yeah, so 2-hit kill in there. Not bad. And his body's floating away. And he didn't scream. Like, he did the animation, but nothing came out of it. Okay, stop floating away from me. A plunger. I shall take that. Nothing else I'm interested in. Alright, well that was a test on the Behemoth. We shall go to another enemy. 2 hits with this thing. Yep. Alright. So I realized I didn't show you any of the gear, or what I'm... the armor. It is T60. I can still use some mods on it, but... Kinetic, which is, I think, AP while moving, motion assisted, I think that's AP stuff, a lot of AP stuff on all the power armor. And then I didn't show you the build either, so this. I think I have everything supposed to be using it. Yeah, so all the level 3 of Traveling Pharmacy, I could probably change that out, but Slugger, and then Martial Artist, Refractor, because I don't have anything there. A lot of health. That's not too useful right now, and I should probably change that out. But yeah, Revenant, because Revenant combined with Mysterious Savior over here, pretty good when it actually works. Yeah, level 1 of Inspirational, I could probably change that out, but it's fine, because for this group public teams, more experience. But I'm going to show you the actual power of why the War Drum is actually a pretty good weapon. It has to involve kiting. Now, if you don't know what kiting is, it's getting enemies to follow you. And if you played WoW, if you were a tank in WoW, you knew about this. Or a hunter, because hunters were also very good at kiting. But with the war drum, is a strange weapon, and much like the super sledge, it makes noise when you swing it. Now, most stealth builds will call this weapon complete garbage because of that. However, if you are not a stealth build, you can do this with it. You can go into places where there's lots of enemies, specifically melee enemies, so ghouls, and you can swing it and they will wake up because you are making noise. Now, they did change the ghoul AI to not be as aggressive. However, this and the super sledge are both weapons that kind of activate their attack or get up response. So yeah, you can get a lot of ghouls to follow you very easily. And since this is instigating, they are all a single hit, and I don't even have to use the attack power. Or maybe I should use the attack power. So, if you want to get a lot of experience, I mean, this is an easy way of just tanking tons of ghouls. I have no stim pack, so I might die here, actually. But we'll see if Revenant wants to activate. Now this was a quick run. I could have went through every single, you know, every single little room here and get a lot more ghouls. Because there is multiple levels in here. See, so there's still more ghouls. There is a lot of ghouls in here. No one seems to use this place as a farming spot, but... yeah. See, look. Swing, they all get up. It doesn't make noise, like you can't hear it making noise, but it is actually making noise. And that's why I really like the wardrobe. And the super sledge. For non-stealth melee builds, they're really good if you want to farm very easily. Highly recommend doing power armor, because the ghouls mainly do radiation damage. That's their main killer. Oh look, another legendary. Oh, is that 2, 3 legendaries in here? Come on. Yay, tons of easy junk. And legendaries. Oh, I also didn't show you the mutations. Jeez, I am terrible at this. Mutations. I do have a psycho addiction on me. Okay. So I'm actually getting a little bit less damage because I have 1 less strength. Oh well. I have grounded, plague walker, twisted muscles, unstable isotope. Weapon's doing fine, you know. Killed a behemoth in 2 hits. Can easily kill ghouls in 1. So, I don't know. Are you gonna be like 1-hitting, you know, 2-hitting the queen or with this thing? No, but you have to think about it versus standard enemies. Like you'll still do great damage versus the queen because of the power attack damage. You know, beyond instigating. That's why I really like instigating with the power attack, because like even beyond the first hit, you're still getting 40% more damage whenever you power attack, which is already an increase on damage. So, power attack on melee, really good. Especially with instigating. So you get tons of damage whenever you do this. Wait, hold on. I have the AP regen. You get a lot of damage when you do that, and then you can just follow up with repeated those. And because this also has the 40% less damage while power attacking, with power armor on, which gives you, I think, a 50% bonus to damage or 50% less damage taken, you're taking 90% less damage while power attacking in power armor. It could be that, or maybe it's... I'm not sure how the math is calculated on multiple things that reduce how much damage you take. Like, is it like 50, and then like the 40 is of the 50%? Like if you have... You know, if you took 50% of 100, it gave you 150. It's not 90% to get it 190. It's like the 40% of the 150. So it's more like 175 or 180, something around there. I don't know. What else should we test this on? Standard super mutants? Let's go do that. Alright, so here we are at the Huntersville with super mutants and apparently vertebrates for some reason. So that's going to affect the instigating part of this test. It's going to be annoying. I'm on a different server, so... oh well, still get the attack power. Ah! I'm going to run out of stamina right when I reach that. Right when I reach that mutant, I have to run out of stamina. Yeah, you can easily dispatch. Like, even if you don't get them in the 1, you can... You still have a good enough swing speed because of martial artist to finish off the 2nd. Yeah, very easy to clear things up with this weapon. Huh. that thing. The score. Only problem with this is flying enemies. Like, right now, I'm completely useless against that. So, that's the only problem with melee builds, is you don't really have a counter to flying things, unless you're going to carry around, like, thrown weapons and try to get them with that. But I don't think melee perks work on thrown weapons. That'd be cool, though. You could, like, if thrown weapons became, like, the melee range, you know, like, carry around a bunch of cleavers or tomahawks, or the sheep's squatch poison throwing knife thing. Let's try again with a running power attack. No idea how much damage that was, but it did one hit him. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they unveiled the new power, or new legendary perks. Some of them seem good, some of them still seem kind of mediocre. Bethesda really doesn't like I've noticed there's not much for power armor builds. Like, there's 2 perks, or like 2 or 3 perks, that are like, one just does what, like, once you have a chance to revival in power armor, which is basically Mysterious Savior, except without the thing, the guy having to revive you. Then there's, like, another one, like, you get hit by energy attacks, and so you get your fusion core gets recharged, which, in my opinion, isn't that great. Like, what else is there? I don't know. It seems that they're more focusing on non-power armor builds, and non-power armor and not berserker. There is nothing for a berserker build in the legendary perks. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and if we can improve this build a little bit better in the future. What else should I test on? I'll go test it on the hermit crab, just to get another big... Alright then, here we are, hermit crab. I don't think he was the right level. Oh, powering up Poseidon.
Thunder Mountain is offline. Repeat.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh well.
Report to the plant for immediate repairs.
This is a good weapon. It does a lot of damage. This is a really good weapon. I like how it makes sound if you're out. It is bad for a stealth melee user. However, I am not stealth. I don't have a stealth build on any character. None of my 4 characters are stealth builds. This works fine. You can easily take down high level enemies with it. Could I be getting more damage out of it? Yes, if I was, if it was like a bloodied one, or if I had full unyielding, my strength would be much higher than, I don't even know what it is. 16, but I think I am losing 1 off of an addiction. Yeah, I have the psycho addiction, which is... I have an I do. There, so 17 strength is fine. I've 2-hit a Behemoth, perfectly fine. Well, just 1-hit a Hermit Crab, fine. You can 1-hit pretty much every ghoul. Like I said, I don't really need more damage. Sure, you can get more damage, but have ever needed more damage, right? It's like, I guess you can say fighting some of the bosses in the game, like the Scorched Beast Queen, the Imposter Sheep Squatch, and the upcoming the Alpha Monsters in Project Paradise, and the new Earl Williams Wendigo Colossus. I guess you could say, oh, you need a lot more damage, but those are meant to be group things. I don't plan on soloing anything, especially with this new group system. And I have actually friends that play this now, where I can get a group together. I don't have the need to, in order to solo things, to be soloing things, because I have friends that I can easily get a group together with. So yeah, Instigating power attack damage war drum. I like it. It's good for non-stealth melee builds. You can tank tons of stuff. You can use it to kite. Good weapon. Recommended. Are there better? Yes. However, perfectly usable. Alright, bye. See you next time.